TomoNews presents Our Most Hated Videos.
The Twittersphere is abuzz with reaction shots from Miley Cyrus's VMA performance. Miley tried her darndest to raunch her way out of the grips of her tweeny fanbase into the rippling, twerking butt crack of contemporary adult pop music. In spite of her best efforts, it seems her performance was still best received by her younger fans, who were somewhat confused by her onstage gesticulations. Although the white-bread Smith family was clearly taken aback by Miley's gyrations, Rihanna, from the land where twerks were born, was clearly not impressed. Also, Robin Thicke looks like Beetlejuice.
A video which appears to show several white guys harassing and insulting a drunk Korean girl in a nightclub has gone viral online, and people are not happy. The Washington Post first brought the ugly video to an audience in June, and it has since been covered widely in the South Korean media. It appears to show a drowsy or drunk woman in skimpy clothing, two American men, and possibly an Irishman approach and begin filming her. The men are seen and heard objectifying the woman, touching her, and forcing her finger into her nose as she weakly resists.
Good shot! Oh, you get her. Look at this little. Oh yeah. Oh wait, get your face. She's a cutie, man. Look at her. Oh, she's so hot, man. Did your makeup tonight too? Yeah. Oh yeah. Look at this one. Oh, look at this little nose. Oh, I see a booger. I see a booger. Oh my God. Oh yeah. Dude, make her eat it. Make her eat it. Come on. Oh.
They then mock her teeth while shouting insults and laughing.
Drunken. Look at her teeth. Oh, that is rancid. Oh my God. Why can't you get plastic surgery like every other Korean little? Why the can't you get something done with those? That's right. You need to go to a dentist, you little hooker.
She becomes increasingly upset and fights back.
Fuck you, little cunt. Bleeding gum Murphy. That's horrible. That's rancid. What the happened to your teeth? Me. You. Get the out of here.
The men continue to mock and shriek insults at the woman as she leaves. But could it all be a hoax? Reports have surfaced that it's all the work of a former Korean film student from January 2011 who set out to create some edgy viral videos. The anonymous source says the video is an extract from a short film project using paid actors and has been taken out of context. Max Fisher, the Washington Post blogger who broke the story internationally, tweeted he'd spoken to someone who says they were involved in the original video's production. Another source, claiming to be a Westerner involved in the video, says the girl was wearing fake gums, and everyone left the shoot smiling and shaking hands. His claims have appeared on several blogs. He has called the former filmmaker to come forward and set the record straight. Until that happens, the speculation will no doubt continue.
Misogynistic asshole not welcome in Japan. This is Julien Blanc, and he's the latest in a long line of self-titled pickup artists to try to invade Asia. He's a part of a company called Real Social Dynamics, which is supposedly a, quote, leader in dating advice. He's also another one who picked up a book called The Game, applied his quasi-psychological, quasi-scatological techniques, and now he's off teaching other losers this epiphany. Here he is in Japan at a seminar entitled White Male Boinks Asian Women in Tokyo and the Beautiful Methods to It. Oh, really? Well, here's a chart of how he goes about teaching the game. And it looks like he's teaching a class on how to be a woman beater, rapist, and all-around misogynist in 5 easy steps to me. See, he usually starts by closing in on the target and putting his hands on them. Then he starts pushing them towards his junk. Nah, I'm not making that up. Here he is in action at a nightclub somewhere in Tokyo. And if you think that's something, here he is again at a convenience store with the clerk. And the problem is, in Japan, someone is always looking. And the police don't exactly look kindly on foreigners running afoul of the law, nor do the criminals for that matter. However, in the last 24 hours, Anonymous, Occupy, and a host of other individuals and organizations are forming groups and creating petitions to make sure Julien Blanc can't peddle his lame game anywhere. Yeah, we tried to send a reporter to his business location to get an interview with someone from his company, except, well, the address that's listed at the bottom of his website in West Hollywood is for a building that hasn't existed in the last 6 months. Yeah.
Owner puts down fatally injured dog on public street. Oh my god, what are you doing? This week, a couple hit a dog as they were driving. Unfortunately, the poor canine didn't die from the impact, but suffered a fatal wound to the head. The owner of the dog decided to put his beloved pet out of its misery. However, the couple and other watching bystanders were horrified as the man beat the injured animal to death with a branch. The man later explained he'd rescued the dog as a stray.
I found the dog in the forest. No mother, no father.
He couldn't simply sit idly by while it needlessly suffered. The woman, who is the same driver who struck the dog, called the man a brutal murderer. Hypocrite. Technically, under Taiwan law, only a veterinarian can euthanize an animal. But to quote Frank Underwood, there are two kinds of pain. The sort of pain that makes you strong, or the useless pain.
Oh, sorry, because I love that though.
Three-way in broad daylight caught on tape at Calgary Stampede Rodeo. A menage a trois in public goes viral after this kinky three-way caught on tape was posted online over the weekend. Yeehaw! Eh? Welcome to the Calgary Stampede, y'all! Billed as the greatest outdoor show on earth, the Calgary Stampede features a carnival, rodeo, parade, and a public outdoor orgy. We cannot identify the 3 people in the video because they've not been named in the media or arrested, and their names are therefore not a matter of public record. But the woman and 2 men were caught on tape making sandwiches at the Stampede as the onlooker comments in a British accent. Although the cultural crossover of a country western themed Canadian rodeo makes us all want to try new things, an Eiffel Tower with 2 buckaroos in the back alley isn't the first thing that comes to mind. After the video surfaced online, public blowback has ranged from slut-shaming to feminists shaming the slut-shamers. Having sex in public is illegal in Canada, and so is filming someone else's indiscretions and posting them online, so the person who recorded the video could be arrested. The mayor of Calgary, Naheed Nenshi, is quoted on the Calgary Stampede website as saying, "There's a moment in this year's grandstand that you will never forget. I won't spoil the surprise, but it's deeply, authentically Canadian, and will fill you with pride." But something tells me he didn't mean the sexy spit roast. Someone claiming to be the woman in the video responded on Facebook saying, "F*** all you hoes. Everyone acts so f***ing innocent till they get caught. No one knows my story and no one knows me. Blah blah blah. I know what's been posted and clearly everyone knows it's me, but all you lovers just doing me a favor and keep talking about me. Be jealous." YouTube won't let us show you the uncensored clip, so to see these 3 bare it all, visit our website at tomonews.net.
A domestic dispute ended in tragedy when a New York woman sped her car through the streets of Queens with her husband on top of the roof. 51-year-old Maria Espinoza and her husband Matthew Soria, 20 years her junior, got into an argument as she was getting into her car. The two were arguing about money, and Soria wanted cash and the keys to the car. Soria climbed onto the roof of the car, and Espinoza backed into a parked car in an attempt to throw her husband off the roof. The enraged Espinoza sped down the street, with her husband still clinging to the roof. Finally, Espinoza crashed into another car, throwing her husband off the roof of the car. Soria was ultimately pinned down between the 2 cars and pronounced dead upon arrival in hospital.
Bride attaches newborn baby to train of her wedding dress. Shauna Carter and Jonathan Brooks of Tennessee decided to take the plunge last month and get married. The couple, who live in Jackson, just outside of Nashville, also have a 1-month-old baby daughter named Aubrey. And what better way to include your baby in the ceremony than by fastening her to the train of your wedding dress as you walk down the aisle. Surprisingly, Shauna and Jonathan have been taking heat online for being crappy parents. Shauna has defended her odd decision by saying that the baby was awake and well secured, and that she was covered by Christ. Well, as long as Jesus says it's cool.
German douchebag beats dog to take revenge on ex-girlfriend. This horrific video of a man beating a defenseless puppy is making the rounds, and the 20-year-old German man you see here reportedly faces charges. The video is hard to watch. You can see an uncensored version by clicking the link to our website in the description. According to reports, the cute dog was a gift from the man's girlfriend, but the girl later dumped him, probably because he's a major league asshole. To exact revenge, the douchebag decided to make this shocking video. The puppy reportedly suffered a lost tooth and a concussion. Some claim netizens had beat up the dog abuser, but that schadenfreude desire to see the German suffer turned out to be just a not-so-convincing Photoshop. The man's girlfriend called police after seeing the video. He was sent to a mental hospital for treatment and could face up to 3 years in prison.
Texas vet kills cat with bow and arrow headshot. Meet Kristen Lindsay, the ex-vet who recently killed a cat with a bow and arrow. 31-year-old Lindsay bragged on Facebook of her first bow kill, saying the only good feral tomcat is one with an arrow through its head. Though unfortunately for Lindsay, this cat might not have been feral. In a twist, reports suggest it might have been this tabby cat that lives in Lindsay's neighbourhood. This cat, which goes by the name of Tiger, was reported missing shortly before Lindsay posted her photo to Facebook. According to reports, the cat was in Lindsay's backyard at her home in Brenham, Texas. Lindsay spotted the orange and white cat and thought it was feral, so she got her bow and arrow. The former vet then shot the cat through the head with an arrow. Soon afterwards, Lindsay posed for a picture with the dead animal and posted it to Facebook. Reports suggest that Lindsay believed she wouldn't get fired, but once word got out about her actions online, Lindsay's employer was quick in giving her the boot. Investigations into the incident are ongoing.
Rio Olympics will have a whole lot of poo-poo in the water. Rio de Janeiro is a great city with beautiful coastlines and breathtaking views, which is why it's hosting the 2016 Summer Olympics. The reason it takes your breath away is because of the notoriously filthy water, which is heavily polluted with raw sewage and garbage. When bidding to host the Games, Rio promised the IOC it would eliminate 80% of the sewage and fully regenerate the lagoon in which rowing and kayaking events would be held. Rio now says it's not going to happen because there's not enough commitment, funds, and energy, blah, blah, blah. So, not only is the water filled with crap, it's also teeming with bacteria and viral pathogens. Athletes have been asked to get hepatitis A vaccinations, polio vaccine boosters, and to take the oral typhoid vaccine. Boats and oar handles will be constantly blasted with bleach. Athletes will also have to douse themselves with a hand sanitizer, as well as shower immediately after races. But hey, a little bit of Montezuma's revenge here and there is worth a gold medal. Or is it?
Thai Airways tries to cover up plane's logo after crash landing. A Thai Airways flight suffered a landing gear malfunction, causing the plane to crash land at Bangkok's main airport on Sunday. At least 14 people were injured during the plane's evacuation. The airline company attempted to cover up the mishap by spray painting over the Thai logo. Who knows what other blunders Thai Airways might be trying to cover up? Will you still fly Thai Airways? Leave some comments.
Kimmel and Kids table leave China really butthurt.
Question. America owes China a lot of money, $1.3 trillion. How should we pay them back?
Shoot cannons all the way over and kill everyone in China.
Kill everyone in China?
Yeah.
Okay, that's an interesting idea.
Jimmy Kimmel has some Chinese and Chinese Americans rather butthurt over a satirical sketch called Kids Table, where one kid suggested the US kill everyone in China to solve the US debt problem. Six-year-old Braxton's comment has led some Chinese Americans to sign a White House petition whining about Kimmel's decision to air the segment. What the Chinese don't know is that Kids Table is actually a super secret squad of trained killers whose sole mission is to annihilate every single Chinese person. The only problem the Kids Table Death Squad is facing is that China's own leaders have been beating them to the punch for centuries.
Cop's body cam shows him shoot charging dog.
$4.23. Start me as supervisor. I had a dog charge me and I just dispatched it. Huh? Yeah, I did.
Oh my God.
It was charging at me, ma'am.
Well, why didn't you go the other way?
I was checking an alarm, ma'am.
You killed my dog?
Yes, ma'am, I'm sorry.
Oh my God. Oh.
Be careful, ma'am. Maybe they don't know how it's...
Why didn't you knock on the door?
Ma'am, I was checking the back alarm.
Well, why didn't you knock on the door?
Ma'am, I don't know if somebody's burglarizing your home. I got a supervisor en route, ma'am.
My daughter just called me. I came out because my daughter told me that the police were coming.
Okay.
Oh, baby. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
With each passing primary, Bernie's uphill battle for delegates becomes steeper and steeper. Bernie bros like to claim the election process is rigged. They can't understand why anyone wouldn't support their saint, Bernie Sanders. Maybe it's because anyone who criticizes the infallible Sanders is viciously attacked. Or maybe some people just don't like the circle jerk that every social media platform has become. Or maybe some people don't like being called low-information voters from the South. Or maybe some people don't think growing the government by another 40% is a good idea. Or maybe they suspect Sanders doesn't really know what he's doing. Or maybe they think St. Bernie is actually a hypocrite on a lot of things he criticizes others for. Or he flips his arguments when the situation suits him. Maybe these are the reasons Sanders lost. Feel the math, Bernie bros. The US needs to seriously think about banning pit bulls, and maybe Pitbull. It's no question that Americans love their pets, especially dogs. Some owners take care of man's best friend better than they do their own children. That being said, the US has a problem with pit bulls that needs to be addressed. Reliable statistics are hard to come by when it comes to pit bulls, but let's just say pit bulls like to get it on. With so many pits running around, attacks are bound to occur. All dogs can bite, but since pits are so strong, when they attack, it can often be deadly. It also doesn't help that some pit bull owners can't even handle their own dogs. Sure, maybe the media do give pit bulls a bad rap. But the fact remains, pits still kill people, especially kids. And on more than just a few occasions. It's time for the US to ban pit bulls. Or maybe the US should just do nothing. Because Americans do have a pretty good track record when it comes to handling deadly and potentially lethal weapons.